Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we will be learning about how we can create Spark data frame with the help of Spark RDD. So in the last tutorial, basically what we did, we created empty data frame with the help of empty RDD, and we created RDD in different forms. So in this tutorial, what we do, we will create RDDs, and then with the help of those RDD, we will try to create data frame. So first of all, let us import some important libraries. So what we will be doing, we will be creating a Spark session, and with the help of that Spark session, we will be creating RDD, and then after creating RDD, we will be creating data frames. So let us import some important libraries. So I am importing Spark session from PySpark.sql. Then what I will try to do, I will try to create a Spark session, and Spark session is created with the help of Spark session builder. I am writing here builder dot. Then I can give my app name. App name can be anything. You can give your own app name. I am giving my app. Then there is one method get or create. With the help of this, you can create Spark session. This is very simple. Now let us try to create one list, and with the help of that list, we will try to create a RDD with the help of parallelize method. So let's suppose I am creating a list of departments, and it consists of different elements, and elements are like department name and department ID. So let me create it. First department is CSC, and the ID for that particular department is, let's suppose, 1. Now we have another element. That other element is, let's suppose, ECE, electronics and communication, and ID for that particular ECE is 2. And we can have another department here, civil, and for this particular civil we have 3 as ID. And now we can have another department here, IT, and ID for that is 4. Now we have created department list. Now what I will try to do, with the help of this department variable, this is a particular list, and with the help of this list I will try to create one RDD. So I am creating one variable, and with the help of Spark session, I'll use the Spark context, and in Spark context there is one method parallelize, and with the help of parallelize method I can create department RDD. With the help of department variable I can create one RDD. And okay, so guys, we have one RDD, and now what we will try to do, we will try to create a data frame. Let's suppose I'm creating a variable df. So as in the last class, what we did, with the help of RDD, there is one function 2df, and with the help of 2df, what we can do, we can create data frames from RDD. So this particular department variable is converted to RDD. Then with the help of this RDD, we are creating a df data frame. Now let me print the schema of this data frame, and let me check what data present here. So I can write dot show, and truncate equals to false, means columns will not be truncated. And let us run this particular code, and let us see how it goes. So as you can see here, I am printing the schema. We haven't passed any schema. We haven't passed any column names for that particular data frame. That's why column names are _1 and _2. This is by default configuration in Spark, and by default Spark is considering string and long type of columns. And as you can see, we have printed the data also. df.show, what it does, it prints the data in the terminal, and as you can see, we have 2 columns, _1 and _2, and values are CC1, EC2, civil 3 and IT4. So guys, as you can see here, columns name are not that good, like _1, _2 doesn't signify anything. What we can do, we can pass the column names, department name and department ID. And how we can do that, let us suppose we are creating a variable department columns, and we are creating a list of department columns like department name and department ID. And let us try to create another data frame df1, and with the same RDD, rdd.2df, and we can pass here department columns, like this department columns can be passed as a parameter here. And now this particular df1 data frame will have column names also. So let us print the schema for df1 and let us check the data for this particular. So I can pass here truncate. So this will be df1 dot show, and I can pass here truncate is equals to false. So let me run this and let us see what is the output. So the code is running and we will check the output here. So just give me 1 second. And as you can see here, earlier it was _1 _2, but now as you can see I have printed the schema for df and df1 also, like df1 it is df and this is df1. So as you can see here, now the column names are department name and department id, as I have signified the same in this list department columns. So this is the way in which you can pass the column names while creating data frame from RDDs. So guys, let us move further and let me comment this print and show. And in the last class what we learned, like you can create data frames with the help of 2df function, and also there is one more function, that is create data frame. So let us try to create data frame with the help of function create data frame. So let me write df, I'm creating another data frame, and I can use spark dot create data frame. The function is spark dot create data frame. And guys, in this function we have to pass the data, that is our RDD, and then we have to pass the schema also. And for us schema is department columns. And this is how we can create a data frame from the RDD with the help of create data frame function. Now what we can do, we can print the schema for department df, and we can also check what data is present here with the help of, so we can false truncate. And now let us run this code and let us check the result. So the code is running and let us see how it goes. So as you can see, I have created data frame with the function create data frame, and result is similar. There will not be any change in the result. Like you can see the schema, department name, department ID, and I have printed the output also, and department name, department ID are in column. So as you can see, there is no change in the output. Either you can use 2df or you can use create data frame function. It's up to you what kind of function are you willing to use. And guys, one more thing, in last class we learned about creating our schema with the help of struct type and struct field. And guys, in spite of creating columns in form of list, we can create the schema with the help of struct type, so that we can pass the column types also, data type also. Like here we are not passing like department type is of which type, like it is string or boolean or integer. We are not passing the data type of column, and this is totally inferred by Spark in this case. But what we will try to do here, we will try to create a schema so that we can pass the columns data type of ourselves. So guys, for that particular schema we have to import some libraries. So what I can do, I can write from PySpark .sql .types, we have to import struct type, then we have to import struct field, then string type, then integer type. So these are the libraries we will be using. And guys, please pay attention, this is very important point. Whenever you are working with some real world project, most of the time you will be creating a schema of your own, and you have to use this particular library to create a schema in PySpark. So guys, let us move further and let us create a schema for our department data. And let me create a variable department schema, and department schema will be created with the help of struct type, which takes list of fields, and those fields can be passed with struct field. So I can create a struct field, and the name of this field can be department name, and the data type will be string type. So this is the type of data, and we can pass like if this value should be null or not. So whenever you are creating any table in SQL, there is parameter for not null. So here I am doing what I'm doing, you can see here nullable means this value can be null or not. So if I'm writing here true, it means the value of this particular department can be null also. So this is my first column. Then I can create here another column, and the name for that particular column is department ID, and the data type I want for this is integer type. So here is integer type, nullable is true. So as you can see here, I am passing here integer type, but earlier when I was creating the data frame without passing this schema, then the data type for that particular department ID was long, and we do not want long as a data type, we want integer as data type for department ID. Now how I can create data frame. So let me write department df1 is equals to, I can write spark dot create data frame, and what it takes, basically it takes the RDD, the data on which we want to create the data frame, then it takes one variable schema. So as you can see, we can pass the schema here, and schema here is department schema. This is the schema. Now what I can do, I can print the schema and print the data also. So let me print df dot print schema, then another can be department df dot show, and I can pass here truncate equals to false, means the column value should not be truncated. So let us run this code and let us see how it goes. And as you can see guys, code is running. So as you can see here guys, the schema is printed, and now the department ID is not long, it is integer, because we have passed integer value in our department schema. Here as you can see, I am passing string for department name and integer for department ID. So the data type or as usual so guys, data types are as usual we have passed, and as you can see here, I have printed the data also. So guys, this is all about today's class. In this class we learned about how you can create data frames with the help of RDD. In our last class we created empty data frame, but in this class we tried to put some value. So this is our list, then we created a RDD out of it, then we tried to create data frame out of this RDD with the help of 2df function and create data frame function, and we at the end tried to pass some column names. Then what we tried to pass the schema with data types of that particular column. So guys, if you like this session, please hit the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to become a data engineer. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.